Good morning. I'm calling to order the Management and Internal Services Committee meeting for February 10th, 2026. Please bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, we are so thankful for this day and for all of your many blessings. Thank you for all of the citizens living in our county staff, and for those who serve. We give special thanks to those who protect us locally and afar. Lord, I'd ask that you'd forgive us for our criticisms upon one another. Help clear our community from confusion and division. Give us all the sense of peace and trust for each other as only you can. Be with us now as we work through these agenda items and help us make all the decisions in your will. It's in your most holy and precious name I pray. Amen. Amen. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have a full quorum this morning with 3 members present. Have you had the opportunity to review the minutes from the previous meeting?
Yes, ma'am. I make a motion to approve as presented.
Second.
So moved. Do we have any changes to the agenda today?
This is ready for approval, Madam Chair.
Thank you. We will move forward with it as is. Seeing we have no presentation or consent agenda items this morning, we will move directly into the debate agenda and begin with Ms. Reese.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm going to ask Josh Smile, the General Manager of the Performing Arts Center, to come up and present this item.
Thank you.
Morning, Josh.
Morning.
Good morning, how are y'all doing?
Good morning.
Event Staffing Specialists is a company that the Performing Arts Center has contracted with to do ushers, ticket takers, bartenders, cleaning staff. Essentially, since the first year the Performing Arts Center was in operation. This is the first time that they've asked us about an increase. The initial proposal that they sent, we actually negotiated it down a little bit to where we were more comfortable with, and we do feel comfortable with these rates moving forward.
Move to consent.
Second.
So moved. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and now we will head to Mr. Blanchard.
Yes, ma'am. I have 2 items for your consideration today. The first item is IT equipment lifecycle replacement with Dell Computer. This is a standard thing that we bring really multiple times a year for different pieces of equipment. This is our lifecycle replacement for this year for desktop computers, workstation, laptops, tablets, monitors, and things like that. Most of what you'd find on your desktop. We worked with Dell Computer in the procurement department to get a Georgia State contract bid from Dell. The cost of that is $232,935. This is going to be funded through IT's capital budget for 2025-26, and staff recommends approval.
Move to consent.
Second.
So moved. Next.
All right. Next item I have for your consideration is a major technology refresh for EMA. You're all familiar with the Emergency Operations Center. We have a lot of TV screens in there and some old-style projectors and things like that. What we're proposing to do is with this project is to replace those with 2 large video walls, similar to but smaller than what you see in the Traffic Control Center. In essence, what we're going to do is have those 2 walls there, a control console. We also intend to refresh all of the technology in the building and provide some redundancy for network switches and things like that, so that in the event of a major emergency, we'll be able to be in there, have ultimate visibility of how county resources are being applied, and then likewise have a failover capability for the network equipment so that if there is a problem, that we've got backups in place. The cost of the video wall is from a company called Solutions. Likewise, we worked with them on the Georgia State contract. That cost is $535,661. The technology refresh is $135,887.69. And then I am requesting an additional $40,000 to address any unforeseen electrical or technological matters that come up during the project, because we will be building, or we will be digging in the walls. We'll be working with an electrician to bring in additional circuits in order to support the board. And we may provide for additional monitors and things like that in an adjacent conference room. So there's some flexibility, I think, based on, we're asking for some flexibility on this to improve the solution as we go. The overall cost is $711,548.69 to be funded out of TABT. Staff recommends approval, but obviously, Mr. Granado was here if you'd like him to comment on his current situation and how this will improve what he does.
Well, if I could
John, will you
add,
come talk to us about it also?
if I could add real quick on his way up. So Mr. Granado's done a great job with what he has down there. You obviously all visited the EOC during our last major event. We are just, it's time to refresh that. I think we've talked about that internally. We're going to give the entire EOC a facelift. So this is the technology piece of it, but we've also earmarked enough money to be able to do a refresh of that entire place down there. So I think, given the right technology and given the right setup, he'll do even better work than he's done. So that's a challenge for you.
Did
You've done
Mr.
such
Blanchard
great
say
work.
this is coming from the TAVT?
Yeah, this is the TAVT line codes. I've actually allocated up to $1 million. This is $700,000 of the $1 million in the TAVT line code. Those are set aside for capital projects, so we'll bring those things back to you as needed, but this is the first piece of it, the
Is this
biggest
budgeted?
chunk.
Is this budgeted, Scott?
So no, TAVT is not budgeted. That is
And
actually
this
our.
item, not the TABT, but just the item.
No, so that's why we're bringing, none of this is budgeted. When we have items like this that come up that are capital items that are unbudgeted that come out of TAVT, we bring those to you individually for approval.
It's coming out of the fund balance there.
Correct. It's coming out of a fund balance. That's correct.
And what would be the timeline to completion for all of this?
That's a,
Yeah, we anticipate this being done sometime in May. Of course, it all depends on the equipment. When we get the approval, we order it. I've been told that it would take anywhere from 6 weeks to 2 months for the equipment to come in. So we're shooting for May for this component of the project to be done.
How much downtime are we talking about? I don't want to be down during hurricane season or anything.
Tornado season.
Yeah.
The best-case scenario is about 3 weeks for that room to be down. So we've been planning, and I guess Sean could talk about this, we've been planning for a contingency there. But worst-case scenario is around a month. So it's a very tight time frame, and we need to work with this vendor, the electrician, and also our technology folks to make sure everything was planned and implemented at the same time.
Yeah, one other technology question, shows my limited knowledge of technology. So you're gonna take all those screens down, put one wall up, right? I mean,
Two
one-
walls.
One
two walls.
screen.
Yeah, we'll have, when you're in the EOC, if you're looking toward the front where the projectors are, that'll be replaced with a large wall. And then we'll have a smaller one on the right-hand side where all the screens are now.
Right, so you're going to two.
Yes, sir.
My concern was, now if one of the little screen goes out, it doesn't affect operations. You're going to two screens, if one goes down.
so it'll be it'll be a wall made up of individual screens. So it'll be like this one over here. You'll have, I don't know how many, but let's just say 12 or 14 screens that could make one big screen, or they could work individually.
They're modular, Mr. Chairman. You can, if one goes out, you can replace that one section without replacing the whole wall. I believe that's the
That's correct,
understanding of
yes.
it.
Sean, tell us about the rest of the.
Operationally, the perspective is what you saw during the hurricane was a lot of smoke and mirrors. There were a lot of things that were going down behind the scenes, that we had the 3 individual computers, and now we have one workstation. We can literally put 27 different things or 30 different things up on the wall simultaneously from one workstation. That's why when you'd see us go from here to here, and oh, by the way, when President Trump was here and it went down, this will prevent that from happening again, because do you remember the airtame technology that Patrice loved, that we had in the old auditorium when everything kept falling down? That was the technology that we had. So regardless of what we do, we still have to dig out the walls, put in wires and all the electronic stuff and technology stuff that he can speak about. Mine is just from an operational standpoint, to where I can actually show y'all everything that is happening at one time, rather than having to have the man behind the curtain, change all the different things and see the different operations that are happening. This will allow us to see everything that's going on, so we can all make clear, precise decisions. So that's the operational need that I have.
I'm excited for you. This is a much needed,
It is, it's time.
It's pretty cool, so I'm pretty excited about it, so.
but you're not worried about the downtime.
No, in fact, we've actually talked about that and narrowing it down it seems that there's always some sort of event, whether it's a tornado or a thunderstorm or something during the Masters, right? So there's a sweet spot, please don't hold me to this, that if we have something that happens towards the end of May or towards the end of April during May, that's kind of our best time before theoretically, the hurricane season on June 1st kicks off. So there's a short window, but heck, the way things are nowadays, I don't know when it is. But we have the technological piece and we have the operations piece, and we're going to be able to conduct operations wherever we go if we have to. So that won't
So are you
happen.
moving somewhere else temporarily while
No,
this goes on?
but we
You're
have
just
the
gonna work
capability to
on it?
move up to conference room in Old B, in the old conference room if we have to. We could also use we've talked about the rooms in the library on the, next to the Hardin, that if we have to bug out there. And we can still bring that old technology with us as long as we have the modulars in there. GIS, it's web-based and all that stuff, so we can really do it from Las Vegas if we wanted to. We just won't have the boots on the ground here, so.
We've also set up one room upstairs on the fourth floor, so we'll be able to operate out of that room as well if we need to. That is on generator backup power, and we'll have the technology there. If we had to work temporarily out of that room on the fourth floor of this building, we could do that.
Very
Don't
good.
jinx us. No storms, no storms for a little bit, so.
Thank you.
Yes, thank
Move to
y'all.
consent.
Second.
So moved. Do we have any legal matters this morning? Staff reports. Ms. Reese.
Yes, the first report I have for you is the year-to-date budget report. This is for the month ended January of 2025. We should be operating around 58% at this time, and all funds are operating as they should be. No issues.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next. The SPOS report, we have received funds for the month of December. Those were just over $3.5 million. We are now at an annualized percentage increase of 2.43%. This amount was a good bit higher than November, 12% higher, but it was almost 5% less than last December.
Right, I see that.
Any questions?
No.
Next.
The final report is the investment report for your information.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Sean, I ran into the other day, we spoke, and you said that we'd received another check from FEMA,
Well, we received another obligation.
another obligation.
Yes, sir, the check is in the mail, but I don't,
Wonderful.
sometimes that takes GMA anywhere between 3 and 12 weeks, but that one was for $16 million, which is the other big piece of the debris, which they wanted to make us pay for $2 million. And remember when Governor Kemp said, no, we're going to pay for it all, so the state's going to take $4 million of that $16 million and pay for that. So hopefully we get that in the next few weeks, and that'll put us to right around 70. But I still have another 8, 10, 12 up my sleeve that I'm working on, so that we're all working on, so.
Thank you.
Good.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you for
Thank
staying
you.
on top of that.
Any other commissioner or public comment this morning?
No, ma'am.
Seeing that we have no executive session items, we will adjourn at 8:43.
Morning, I'm calling to order the Development Planning Services Committee meeting. It's 8:46 a.m. on February 10th. Having already prayed and pledged and having a full quorum here, we'll move directly into the agenda. Do I have approval of the minutes of the previous meeting?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Thank you very much. And are there any changes to the agenda?
Yes, ma'am, for your consideration, one item be I-2A. This is initiation of a text amendment to our code. Mr. Sterling will discuss that at the appropriate time, if you're so
Very-
inclined.
Very good. We're adding I-2A. I have no presentations or consent agenda items. Moving directly into debate, Mr. Schlochter.
Thank you, ma'am. This first one is granting a permanent access easement to the city of Harlem. The city of Harlem and the county both own parcels next door to each other. They're flagpole lots. So the access to these parcels is very narrow, but it's about 10 foot wide. The city of Harlem is building a public works building there, and they came and asked us if they could have an easement across our property. We need an easement across theirs as well to access ours, so we're granting easements both ways. In the future, if the county were to develop our property, we would work out a maintenance agreement for the driveway, but the city of Harlem will actually build the road to access their parcel, and if we ever need to use it, we'll work those details out in the future.
This is inside the city of Harlem?
It's right off of Campbell's Way, so Campbell's Way is half in, half out, so the city's parcel is in the city, and the county's parcel is in the county. They're next door to each other.
Move to
Okay,
consent.
Second.
so moved. And moving to the text amendment item we just added.
Yes, ma'am. As you may be aware, any text amendment does have to go through a full hearing process. There are a couple different ways to initiate a text amendment. Typically, or ideally, the Board of Commissioners would be that body that initiates that request to staff to go through that process. So this is what this request is before you this morning, to go ahead and initiate that background work, do the write-up, and then obviously go through the Planning Commission public hearing process to submit to the Board of Commissioners and ordinance requires 2 readings. So that's what this request is. The staff recommends that you
What's
proceed.
the ultimate
good.
purpose of this?
I believe
Mr.
Commissioner
Chairman, I
Malier.
have asked staff to initiate the process for regulations regarding the operation of vape retail businesses inside Columbia County. I've studied the liquor retail and tattoo retail and other things, and I've picked up carrying the water on trying to see what we can do about vape retail. So we're studying that and working on text amendment, and we'll be bringing that back to you through the process if this committee sends it to the full commission.
Move to consent.
Second.
Thank you. So moved. I have no other items on the debate agenda. Moving directly into staff reports, please.
I have 2 staff reports. They are for information only. You can answer questions on. The first one is the January 26th Planning Department Workload Monthly Report. Answer any questions you might have.
Seeing no questions, we'll now go move to the next one.
All right. Also for your information is the December 2025 Plan Review Monthly Report. And just point out that this would close out the 25 calendar year, so you can see kind of the year-end totals as well in that report, and answer any questions you might have.
Seeing none, we'll move on into development services.
So you do have the Development Services Monthly Report. Be happy to answer any questions you might have about that one.
And the financial report.
Yep, your financial report for Development Services attached,
Thank you. And alcohol
and
permits.
the temporary event alcohol permits that were issued last month. I believe there was 8.
How come I don't get invited to any of these parties? Man, there's a lot of
Some
fun
things should
stuff
be
going
obvious.
on. Thank you for those reports. We have no, if we have no commissioner comment on those, I'll call for public comment. Seeing none, I have no executive session items, and we are adjourned at 8:50. Thank you.